Hey everybody, I hope everybody is doing well. It is Sunday, February something. I forgot the exact date. But hello, I am back with a video for y'all this week. I am out and about running some errands today. And I was like, you know what? I could just use this time and record a video and actually be a little bit productive in that part. So, yeah, I hope everybody had a great week and that you are taking the time to relax and chill and do whatever it is that you want to do or have to do. I am cold. It's been nice and warm the past week. I got spoiled with the sun being out and actually not really needing a coat and soaking in the sun and all the things. And now today it is back cold and raining, but it is what it is. Hopefully, we'll get the warm weather back and it will stay. So we'll see. Hello to my new subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing. Welcome to the Jesus and Coffee Conversations family. So excited to have you here. Y'all, thank you for the support. Please make sure it does not cost you a thing to press the thumbs up button to like the video. And of course, if you want to comment, you can. That's fine, as long as you are respectful and y'all know the rules. So anyway, I am not going to be up here long. It's just going to be a quick little video, and it's kind of probably going to be similar to the one that I did the other day when I was talking about stay in your lane. And this one is pretty much about jealousy and not being jealous or envious of other people and the things that they are getting and the things they're achieving in life, because a lot of times we can become jealous even if we don't intend to be jealous or envious. Sometimes those feelings and things can creep in, especially if you have been working so hard towards something and it's like you're not getting the recognition and the things that you feel as though you should be getting because you've been working so hard and you're achieving all of these great things. Like maybe you started your own podcast or your YouTube channel, or maybe you wrote a book, or you achieved like some milestone and you feel as though this person over here probably might have did the same thing, but it's like they're getting more support or more recognition or just all the stuff, and you're just like, okay, well, what, like I did see, like, what I mean? So it's natural to feel those kind of feelings, but you cannot let that deter you from staying the course that you are on. And sometimes people let that jealousy just fester and grow and all the things. So if you think about, this was years ago, and I'm probably about to show my age. I'm still very young though, but it was years ago. I want to say like in the 90s, I believe this happened, with the two figure skaters. Gosh, what were their names? Nancy Kerrigan, I think it was, and then I cannot think of the other lady's name, and they had a movie about her and everything. But anyway, so the Nancy was like very successful with her figure skating, and the other lady was jealous, and she ended up, I think, like slicing her ankle or cutting her ankle or something crazy like that. I can't remember exactly how it was, like that's how long ago it was, but because she was jealous because the other lady was getting the recognition and like all the things, and she was like, okay, well, I'm doing the exact same thing. So she was seeing her like, yes, of course it's competition, but she was jealous, and she was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna get her out of this competition, and then all she's gonna get all the recognition and all the things. It did not work out that way, because I think she ended up going to serving some time for that, if I'm not mistaken. But that's what a lot of people who are jealous can do. Like they eventually, like Cain and Abel, perfect example. Like God favored Abel, and Cain was jealous, and Cain ended up killing Abel out of his jealousy. So you have to be very careful when it comes to, you know, being jealous of other people. And then be careful of people who are jealous of you, because you might be doing some pretty amazing things. Like, to you it might not be anything major, but to somebody else, they're looking at it like, okay, this person is so positive, or this person, you know, has the husband and the kids and the career, and, you know, their life looks so perfect on the outside, and you know what I'm saying, all these things. So people can be jealous of you, and they're smiling in your face, right? They might be saying they're your friends, just like the temptation is they're smiling in your face, but they're backstabbers. So you have to be very, very careful. And there are times where I find myself like being jealous a little bit of, you know, some people, but then I realize, you know what, if God did it for them, he can do it for me too. Because God is not a God of favorites. He does not have a favorite. So the same blessings and stuff that he's pouring out on this person over here, he can do the exact same thing for you. And it's not that, you know, the person is any better than you. It's just their season. Maybe it's just their season to shine and get all the recognition and, you know, all the things. And then you never want to be jealous, because you never know what people had to go through to get what they have, or what they had to do to get what they have. Especially if you're envious of like these, you know, celebrities and things. Like, a lot of them be selling their souls. A lot of them, you know, be killing people, making sacrifices, and, you know, a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So you never want to be jealous of somebody, because you do not know what they had to do to get what they have, and you don't know what they're doing to keep what they have. So just because you're not getting the quote unquote recognition and fame and all the stuff that you think that you deserve, think about, like, maybe God is protecting you from that. Because just because you're famous, and, you know, fame is not all it's cracked up to be. Having everybody know who you are is not all it's cracked up to be. Because you have people who, for whatever reason, seem very entitled to knowing every single thing about your life, to where, you know, like, it's, you know, some people like say they have, you know, like, they're really well known, and they decide, okay, they're going to give up their platform for a little bit, or they're going to take a break or whatever. You have people all in the comments talking about, well, we deserve an answer, and nobody is entitled to an answer about anything about anybody else's life. That's their life. And if they want to share what's going on in their life, then okay, they can do that. But if they're a public figure, they're not obligated to tell anybody anything. But you have people that are under that illusion, delusion, whatever you want to call it, that they are entitled to know every single thing about, you know, the person that they follow or what have you. So anyway, I did just want to encourage you, do not be jealous. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep focusing on the goals and things that you are trying to achieve. Be consistent. Put in the work. And then when the time comes for you to shine and for people to know who you are and all the things, then it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And if somebody is doing the exact same thing as you, okay, well, think about it this way. You have Chick-fil-A, you have McDonald's, you have Burger King, you have, what's the other place? Popeyes. Right? Chick-fil-A didn't let Popeyes keep them from opening up their, well, I don't even know Popeyes was around back then, but you get the point. Chick-fil-A didn't allow any other chicken place to keep them from opening. McDonald's didn't allow Burger King to keep them from opening. Burger King didn't let Arby's keep them from opening. So they all pretty much might sell some of the same stuff, but they do it differently. So somebody is going to prefer Chick-fil-A over Popeyes, rightfully so. And then somebody is going to prefer Burger King over McDonald's, rightfully so. And then it's going to be vice versa. Somebody's going to want McDonald's over Burger King, and somebody's going to want Popeyes over Chick-fil-A. So it doesn't matter if you're a published author and then this person over here is a published author. Okay, but you have completely different audiences. Just because somebody is doing what you're doing does not mean that you're not going to attract the people that you need to attract so that you can also be successful. And that's what jealousy can do. It can cloud your judgment so that you're thinking, oh, okay, this person is doing the exact same thing I'm doing, and everybody's going to be going to support them. And everybody's going to be going to get their stuff, and then nobody's going to remember that I'm doing it too, and they're going to forget about me, and it's going to be all about this other. Like, that's what jealousy does. It has you tunnel vision. It has you thinking crazy. It has you, some people acting crazy because they're starting to act on those feelings. When in reality, it's like, okay, if you take a step back and you really process it and you really think about it, you can say, you know what, okay, yeah, I published a book, this person published a book, or I became a life coach, this person became a life coach, but we have different audiences and we have different experiences, we have different gifts. And so they're going to bring the people who need what they offer the way that they offer it, and then I'm going to bring the people who need what I offer in the way that I offer it. So you got to think about it like, okay, yeah, they might be doing that, but they're not me. So never allow your jealousy to interfere with what God has told you to do. Because if you're jealous of somebody, God cannot bless that, and he will not bless that. God is big enough to where he can bless you and a million other people at the same time. So when you know that you are working as unto the Lord, and you know that you are doing what God has called and told you to do, and when you know that you are putting in the work, then God is going to see that, and God is going to bless that. And allow the person that you are jealous of, allow them to be your motivation. Allow them to inspire you and make you work that much harder. So, you know, I have, like, my best friend, she just wrote her first book. Now she has 2 books out now, but she had her book signing yesterday. Like, I was so happy for her and supportive of her, because that was something that, you know, she had been wanting to do for a while, and it's something that she, you know, was kind of doubting and didn't really know when, you know, like how it was going to go and everything, but she's doing awesome with it. You know, and she's, you know, supportive of me, and she's bought my books, and she's, you know, telling other people about what I got going on and things. So it's like, find people that are going to support you and encourage you and uplift you, and, you know, mention your name to other people that they know, and, you know, all of that. So find a supportive circle instead of being with people who are just jealous. And there's room at the top for everybody. And for women, and black women, you know, particularly, like, we have a hard time being supportive and encouraging of other black women, because we're thinking like crabs in a barrel, like there's only room at the top for one, and there's room at the top for everybody. Everybody can win. So just because you and this person doing the same thing, okay, you're doing the same thing, but you do it differently. Just like clothing. You got Nike, you got Adidas. Some people prefer Nike, some people prefer Adidas. Then some people don't prefer either of them, and they go with a different brand like Lululemon or whatever it is. So just because somebody's doing the exact same thing as you, they're not you. And you guys do things differently. You have different styles. And everybody can win. It's not all about the who knows me and, you know, all of that. And God, you know, might not intend for you to be famous and for everybody to know who you are. And then there's people that he's like, okay, yeah, people need to know who you are because of what I placed on the inside of you. More people need to hear it. So it's not, oh, I'm doing this so that I can be famous, or I'm doing this so that I can, you know, be a multi-millionaire, or, you know, whatever. The money is not everything. You cannot say that money with you when you take your last breath. That is not what it's about. Money should never, ever, ever be your motivation for anything, because it's here today and gone tomorrow. And that's probably another reason why God isn't blessing stuff, because your motives and your intentions and things are all wrong and jacked up. So does God want you to be blessed? Absolutely. Whoever said that God wants us to be poor, broke, busted, and disgusted don't know what they're talking about, because everybody in the Bible pretty much has some type of wealth. So God wants you to be blessed. God wants you to live, a full life and have life more abundantly, and, walk in the blessings and the things that he has. But if that's the only reason that you are serving him, if that's the only reason that you're doing the things that he calls you to do, then he's not going to bless that, because you're doing it more so for you versus bringing glory to him and leading others to him. So make sure you're checking your motives and that you are doing things with a pure heart and pure intentions, and you keep focusing on you and doing what you know that God calls you to do, and you focus on, being consistent and doing all the things, and God is going to bless it. Okay, so hopefully somebody got something out of this. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. God bless.